Welcome to the School of Hollywood. I'm your host, Steve Owens, with 25 years in the industry. I've worn many hats: film and TV producer, music producer, talent agent, and talent manager. Today, we're bringing you something special, something that will lift you up and inspire you to chase your dreams. Each of us has dreams, a vision where we want to be. Whether it's acting, directing, producing, or singing, it's about the journey and the person you want to become. Now let's get started with the School of Hollywood. Hi, this is Steve Owens with School of Hollywood, and today I have with me Rhett Lindsey and Michael Perez Lindsey, and they have a new movie out that's called Will I See You Again? And heard you guys are already in Oscar consideration.
We are. And thank you so much for having us on your platform, Steve. We're really looking forward to talking to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Fantastic. So what inspired you to produce Will I See You Again, and what drew you to its story?
I'll have to let my husband Rhett lead with that because he wrote the story.
Yeah, I was really inspired to write this type of story just based on this universal, I think, dilemma that everyone can relate to. And that's wanting closure, wanting to see closure. And I thought about how a lot of people, unfortunately, don't get the opportunity to have closure. So what if there was a way where we can bring two people together that aren't looking to reconcile or to hash out their issues and do it through like this machine, a conduit that can serve as this mediator to allow these two people to explore their truths and to accept things and to move forward on a positive light. So I was just inspired really by my own experiences of just love, loss, grief, own self-reflection, and just wanted to really build a story and a picture that I think anyone can relate to when it comes to loss and when it comes to regret.
What challenges do you face during production, especially with such an emotional charged narrative?
Ooh, challenges. Making a movie is all about problem solving. There could be delays. We had a delay on our second day, and then luckily we had a very strong team. My cinematographer, Sandra Valde Hansen, and our first AD, who we've done television shows with. So we had a team of veterans who knew how to handle any type of wrench that was thrown in the plan. So between that and day one was lots of background, and so managing background in a church can be challenging when you have 5, 6 actors present. But it was all done with the support of teams and department heads that I worked with in my career.
Yeah.
So having that security and sense of support was crucial to executing the movie.
You were talking about Sandra. How did her visual style enhance the storytelling?
Sandra came up with some really wonderful ideas, particularly in the polygraph scene. So in the polygraph scene, as things get more intense and as the two men become more vulnerable, she had this great trick of having us open up our iris so we get less depth of field as the story progresses, and it's a sort of a subconscious elevation of being there with these men as things get more intense. Yeah, and the image in itself would get tighter, and then we'd move to very macro shots of the polygraph and just the surrounding space, and it just elevated the sequence of vulnerability with these two men.
Great. What role diversity play both in the cast and crew, and why was this significant in this project?
We really wanted this project to be reflective of the society in which we live in. With my husband working in the industry behind the scenes before he transitioned into directing, he was a DIT. So he was used to being on sets where you are working with colleagues that are from multiple backgrounds, ethnicity, genders, sexualities, religions. And for myself, I come from the DE&I space within tech. So I was very much adapt to wanting to make sure that our set and our crew was really reflective of the society that we live in. So I feel like it came fluidly, it came naturally. One thing about diversity and really building an inclusive workspace is that you don't want to be selective about like checking off a box where we need this queer person, we need a woman. No, it's really about finding the right people that are the best for the job, and then what they happen to represent is what they happen to represent, and that naturally you'll get a multitude of an experience in a workspace that are full of people that are from all shapes and sizes and walks and backgrounds of life.
This film is being screened at several prestigious festivals, the Holly Short, Out on Film. How do you feel about the reception so far?
We were very grateful just
Yeah.
to be acknowledged and selected by these amazing short festivals that really champion filmmakers, new voices, and the fact that they're Oscar qualifying. Just it's very humbling for us to know that this caliber of festivals are highlighting our story. And yeah, I think we've been very grateful. It's been an amazing experience, and we're still on the festival circuit. Out on Film is going to be October 6th at 5:30 p.m. in Atlanta at the Midtown theaters.
Correct.
So yeah, we're still very much in that world of really appreciating audiences that are taking the film in, especially when we're there present in the theater. It's a great experience.
With the film now being considered for an Academy Award, what are your thoughts on how the film might resonate with a wider audience?
I think it's exciting to see already from the screenings that we've had, whether they've been private screenings or at film festivals, anyone from any background so far has been very receptive to the story because I think they can see a part of themselves in it. It goes back to what I was saying earlier about people wanting closure. And I think when you look at the characters of Max and Paul, even though they have the same sex, the way that we filmed this, the way that I wrote this was really about making sure that you just see two people that have a past, that have a love and unresolved issues. And what would it be like to have the opportunity to have reconciliation, to have closure, to have answers, and to have peace with yourself? It's really humbling. I'm really excited to see what the Academy thinks of our film. Again, it's just all been an amazing experience so far, and we're just grateful that people are being receptive to our film. Whatever happens when it comes to the award season is what's meant to happen, but our goal was to always tell a story that people could resonate with.
And get it to as many people as we can.
So you both come from the film side, and one of the most important things always with filmmakers is what's on the craft service table. So what do you feed the people?
Craft services can range. We kept it pretty healthy, but in a place where it provided enough snacks that were supported the crew. Plenty of things to drink, eat, all the fun stuff. Sugars and coffees and
they're important.
Snacks. They are important.
They're important.
The crew is essential to this business, and the only way productions like this can get executed is with the support of the crew. So it's paramount. And working with our producers, Alex Coffey and Valeria Lopez, they firmly believe they have that same mantra of making sure the crew is well taken care of, because these people are coming out to help you tell your story. And yeah, they did a beautiful job at it. I'm very grateful for every single one of our crew members and cast as well.
Before you got the movie.
So we had Tina Becker. She was brought on by our producers, Alex and Valeria, and she's phenomenal. She's been in the business for quite some time, and she's done casting for most of the major networks and studios. And so we felt very secure in her hands. We sent her the breakdown of what we were looking for in terms of the roles, and she delivered through and through.
Yeah.
We were so grateful to have such a talented cast. Two cast members, Richard Lawson and Rosanne Zayas, were personal contacts of ours. Just in our personal lives, we knew them, whether it be through work or other ventures. And so we were grateful to have Richard and Rosanne on as the cast. But Tina fully delivered on bringing us very exceptional talent and just across the board, great people too. And so it was a very fulfilling experience as a director to work with talented cast and such humbled, very collaborative people. Yeah. And yeah, it was amazing. She's incredible, Tina.
Speaking of anything that you ran into, what kind of budget did you have for the movie?
So we had around $40,000 for the budget of the film, and we raised that amongst ourselves through our savings and through private investors that believed in the story and wanted to be a part of it, knowing that the return of ROI is very low, if even a reality, but they really believed in the story. So we were very fortunate to raise that type of money to be able to visually tell the story that everyone is able to see and appreciate.
What message or feeling do you hope the audience will take away from Will I See You Again after watching it?
I would say the biggest message is to not let time dictate your reality. Meaning, time is so precious. It's something that we can never get back. And if you do not appreciate it, and you let the distance of time pass, and it starts to influence your reality of maybe not reaching out, or you come up with excuses, it's been too long, it's what's the point, they've moved on. I think that can really hinder just self-growth and closure and peace. And so my biggest, I think, message is to just not let that happen. Like, just seize the moment. Seize any moment to close any doors that have left open, or to gain any closure that you've been wanting for yourself and from someone else.
Fabulous. Where can people reach you guys?
So you can find me on Instagram at Rhett_Lindsey, and also that's the same handle for Twitter. And you can find our website, Will I See You Again, at williseeyouagain.com. And for Michael?
Mine is Michael Perez Lindsey. That's for Instagram. And then Facebook is going to be the same, Michael Perez Lindsey.
Fantastic. All right, guys, I really appreciate you being here today. Great words of thoughts, and good luck in the Oscars.
Thank you so much, Steve.
Okay.